What is up, everybody? WTF here today, and we're gonna talk about Sony apparently rejecting Ready at Dawn. The people who made the Order 1886, they rejected a sequel for that game, and that is not all. Apparently, they rejected a sequel for the Resistance as well. So there was gonna be Resistance 4, pitched by Insomniac, but PlayStation turned it down. PlayStation has been taking L after L. It's like you got a classic franchise like Resistance, your equivalent to Halo they had out there. They could have made it for the modern generation, but apparently they want Insomniac to be a superhero IP sweatshop at this point, where they only make superhero themed games and a Ratchet and Clank occasionally. And this Order 1886 news is very devastating. That game was very fun. The only downside was that game was super short, but that was a really good game. That was on PlayStation, that was exclusive, but they won't make a sequel. I think they made like a VR nonsense. They're making VR nonsense games that nobody cares about. They could definitely use a sequel on PS5. Exclusives in general, like why are they turning down exclusive content but can canceling live service games, canceling the Last of Us Factions mode, giving you just nonsense that nobody cares about, like the VR nonsense like that most people just don't care about. But that is PlayStation for you. And you have Numbnut saying that there's an anti-PlayStation smear campaign now where they keep making bad decisions after bad decisions. But I guess we're going to tackle the Order 1886 one first. And this is the reason why. I'm trying to skip to the main point. With the sequel, we would have signed our life away, as a statement that he made. We were going to do it just because we wanted to deliver it to the players. So they was going to do it as a passion project. Even though they think it probably was going to make that much money, they would just want to do it. But Sony said, nope, no single player games for you. Here's that The Last of Us Part 1 and 2 remaster, remake, Electric Boogaloo Super Plus Edition of The Last of Us again. It was way higher. We're not talking Last of Us higher. We're talking about, mid-70s. That's what we were getting. So I guess the reviews they got were a lot higher than they expected. The game was great. I thought the game was fantastic. Could have been longer, sure, because you can that was I remember that game came out at the time like Redbox was around. Redbox was popular in the US. People could just rent that game at Redbox for like $2 and beat the entire game. So of course that's bad. That's terrible. People can play your game for like $2 and be done with it. So I can see why they need that game to be a lot longer. So that's why people really didn't like that game. But it was a fantastic game despite the length. But what people have to say about this? I get the backlash of the game. It was way too short, but it has such an amazing story. Yeah, the story was cool. We fought against like vampires, we fought against like werewolves and stuff like that, which you don't really see too much nowadays. You're fighting against like werewolves or that type of mythology in games now. It has such an amazing story to the point that we can continue the live action series just for the people that want to see the story complete after the cliffhanger. I don't remember the cliffhanger. I ain't played that game in a long time, but apparently it was a cliffhanger for that game. Let's see. The game was amazing. Yeah, a lot of people said the game was good. The game wasn't good. It wasn't fun. A great game. So you got various mixed opinions about this. I thought the game was great. I think the vast majority of people said the game was great. I think people just say it's too short. That's like the general consensus for this game right here. Disappointed Sony never moved forward with a sequel, but it is what it is. Maybe down the road, another PlayStation studio. Unlikely though. Yeah, what are they doing at PlayStation? Like, what are they doing? Like, what games are they releasing? First party wise, nothing. You get superhero IPs, another Last of Us game, another Horizon game. It's the same old, same old. This definitely could have got greenlit for a sequel. This sucks. Or 1886 was a decent game that could have improved on with the sequels. I agree. This and that other game. What was the other game? Days Gone. She got a sequel as well too. That's what sequels are for. So you're gonna improve upon the first game, but Sony don't want to take chances anymore. They want the same old tired nonsense. You're telling me that it would have been a mediocre first attempt into an incredible sequel? I like the potential of the order, but this is a major oversell because Red Dead Dawn did nothing noteworthy since. Yeah, they made VR nonsense. like, why waste their talents making VR games when nobody cares about VR? I know it's sad to hear to so many people who care about VR, but most people don't care about that at all. It's just a waste of hardware and software at this point in time. They treat it like it's some redheaded stepchild that they don't even really promote like that for the VR because nobody cares about it. It's just some cheap gimmick they put out there they're not going to support. It is what it is. The honest truth about VR in 2025. Not 100% surprised. The game was painfully mid. Felt like a tech demo more than anything. It had great ideas and amazing aesthetic, but it pretty much failed everywhere else. Gameplay was repetitive. Story was wasted on relied on. Oh yeah, so some people don't like it. I liked it, but Resistance. Let's talk about the Resistance part of this news right here. How do you turn down Resistance 4? No. I like Insomniac. I like the superhero stuff. Like, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I do like the superhero stuff. Ratchet and Clank was okay. I played the most recent one. It was okay. I didn't think it was amazing like other people. Great visuals. Give it great visuals. Okay game. Resistance though, you turn that down? Like, what? Why? This was the main franchise on the PS3 that I think they even launched at the Resistance. Like, this is one of their key franchises. They just say, hey, to hell with it. Let's just make superhero games now. Really? What do people got to say about this? I think this is a big L. Why would you not bring this series back on PS5? You get more exclusive. Like, they have a huge catalog of exclusives, but they don't make these games. They just don't want to touch these IPs anymore for whatever reason. Bro, seriously, Resistance was legendary. I wouldn't go that far, but it was okay for a Halo counter game, a Halo rival to Halo, whatever. So, I mean, we might as well get a Resistance collection to test the waters if there's a demand for Resistance. Why do you need? I guess, but it's like, why can't they just take a risk on a new game? Why does it need to be a remaster? Like, damn you, PlayStation, get rid of who said no. Honestly, this game killed Resistance. I wouldn't go that far. It was kind of funny how Resistance was a Halo killer, but it couldn't surpass Halo. Yeah, so it died before Halo did. So, of course they did. PlayStation seems to be up its own ass the last few years. Yeah, they just focused on The Last of Us, or Horizon pretty much lately. Why Sony, but now you want Sony to work on Marvel and Ratchet and Clank? Give us something different and great if you want the PS6 to be successful. PlayStation is just dumb. We want to give them our money and they keep saying it's cool. Here's another remake for you. Yeah, like, what is with this whole fascination remasters and remakes this generation for PlayStation? They've just been so lazy, just keeping it on the safe side. Like, I mean, I guess your loyal zealots will buy remakes or remasters for full price, but the average person is gonna pay $70 for a game they played before in the past. That's what better frame rate or whatever. It seems stupid to me, but they want to keep doing that instead of making sequels to these games that could have used them. Let's see. As great as Resistance was, each game sold progressively less and less. The third game only sold 2 million lifetime. What does that mean? Astrobot sold 1.5 million. You guys clamor about that game. Now we want to talk about, we want to care about sales now? Really? That's the conversation you guys really want to have? I mean, Astrobot was a game of the year. It sold 1.5 million copies. Or even a remake, or even, okay, like Resistance, that's a game that you should probably remake. If you're not going to do a sequel, at least do a remake, at least. But I don't think that's going to happen. It's like Insomniac is forced to make Marvel games now, so that's their fate as a studio now. Insomniac pitches the new Resistance game. Sony sounds great, but no, we are not gonna greenlight it. Insomniac, what's wrong with the pitch? Sony, it's not a Spider-Man game. Maybe that's the negative side of Spider-Man. That Spider-Man game selling so much because now it's like that studio can't make anything else besides those games now. Of course it was. They are a generic Marvel game studio now. Sad to see. I think the same thing for like the Infamous franchise as well. Sucker Punch is gonna make a new Infamous because they're making Ghost of Tsushima games now, which is so stupid. Like you can't make a new Infamous game with the original character. It's still because I really like the Infamous games. It's sad to see that. I really like the Infamous 1 and 2. It's sad to see we won't see that character anymore because they gotta make Ghost of Tsushima now. It's so stupid. I don't understand Sony's logic with this nonsense. These different studios' logic that once a new franchise is successful, we can't make sequels to the old games that were very successful as well. That logic is just stupid. May God punish Sony and PlayStation. I don't know about going that far, but okay. What the F do you mean they turned down Resistance 4? That is the new PlayStation. Enjoy your remake and remaster of The Last of Us and Horizon games at this point in time. You turned down Resistance 4, F you PlayStation. This and Canon Days Gone 2 putting PlayStation on. I'm mildly irritated with you, but I love your bangers. Yeah, it's like they don't want to make sequels. They want to make new games. They just want to make the same old stuff. Yeah, that's all they want to do. I effing hate PlayStation. What the F? And it's just funny that people think there needs to be an anti-PlayStation campaign made, a smear campaign. When it's like, these are people just in the comment section talking about PlayStation decisions. So what anti-smear campaign do you need? All I gotta do is read the comment sections of these different posts about PlayStation news. It's not a smear campaign needed at this point in time. I effing hate this company. And dude said I was reaching when I did my Resistance videos. Okay. Let's see. People were just angry about this. I hate how effing safe game companies are nowadays. You never see real risk being taken at all. Only the safest bets that make just barely above the required amount. Complete creative bankruptcy as stagnation of the AAA industry. Well, not necessarily. You can say that for PlayStation. Xbox is pretty much taking a risk with what they're doing. Like, you got a lot of different type of games coming out, especially this year alone. So, PlayStation is keeping it very safe, to be honest. They're the ones who aren't taking any risk. See, this is a move from a stupid company called PlayStation. Pathetic. PlayStation 2 will always remain one of my favorite consoles, and that's where it ends with them. So, a lot of people not happy with this news right here. I don't blame them. So I'm gonna conclude it right here. PlayStation makes bad decisions about certain games they should greenlight. They took a massive L by greenlighting all those live action games, which they canceled most of them, half of them, if not all of them. So, and they're not greenlighting stuff like Days Order 1886 sequel or Resistance 4. It's just stupid. So those are my thoughts about this. Once again, I gotta touch on it once again. People think there's a smear campaign against PlayStation. You're an idiot. You don't need to have a smear campaign to talk about the stupid decisions they keep doing and the people who just don't like decisions. It's not a smear campaign. Just them doing dumb decisions. So I'm gonna conclude it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching and peace.